are to be decided, and that would push, and again, if you come at this from a Republican perspective, I did Joe Biden's math to get him up. Donald Trump's leading here. He's leading here. He's leading here. We expect him to win here. That's his. This one's interesting. We expect him to get this, and these normally would be Trump states out here.
Alaska.
And Alaska. So, again, we're open to being surprised, but if it plays out in a traditional map, that's where we're going to be. That's where we'll be as we go to the West Coast, somewhere in that ballpark. This is not an exact science, but somewhere in that ballpark, looking at Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, and maybe Iowa, and the one more congressional district there. That's the way the map looks right now, that we're going to have that tense. So we'll see.
And I think it's important right now to point out that in most cases, historically, the American people didn't know who won the presidency that night. It has taken time to count votes. And that is something that I've seen historians reminding us of going back into election after election. And that's not going to change if and when the president says something different. I mean,
sure.
It's just not.
And let's remember, this is the 6th presidential race that I've covered. And the first two, 2000, 2004, we did not know who won that night.
There you go.
We did not know. Now, it has happened.
Let's hope it's not 36 days.
No, we
but
do.
It could be.
But it could be. We don't know. There are lots of write-in and mail-in ballots that are being counted in several states. And just like making one argument in Florida and the complete opposite argument in New Mexico, so you guys dropped the New Mexico thing because there was one principle you wanted to fight on. Here we have President Trump in the course of one speech talking about how mad he is because Fox called Arizona for Joe Biden, and at the same time, in the same breath, arguing the exact opposite, that we shouldn't be counting on votes coming in and still being counted by election officials in Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin.
Yeah, it was not really a consistent position. And one of the things about being in a recount or a contested election is that you do have to maintain some consistency. But inevitably, the consistency begins with recognizing the right to vote in this country and how each